it's about 3 counts per second. If you integrate it, it's about 3 counts per second. We've got 2.81 there now, but it goes up and down, and you can integrate it over a long time period, and we get 3 counts per second. And the detector head, which I can show you here, is, where is it now? There, you can see it. You see that? That's the detector head. It's, at the moment, it's looking at a piece of paper, and so we're going to put this filter onto the piece of paper and see what we find. So I'm going to do that now, and I have to be rather careful here because this dust might well be radioactive, and in fact, actually, since I've done this already, I can tell you that it is. I mean, actually what I'm doing here is rather dangerous, but in fact, although it's dangerous, you have to recognise that a lot of people are going to be working with filters, and technicians are going to be working with filters in Tokyo, and they're not at all going to realise that these filters are extremely dangerous materials. Now let's see what we've got here. Yes, you see, now the count rate from this filter's gone right up. It's gone up to 5, 6, 7 counts per second. Here we are. Listen to that. It's got 9, 10 counts per second here doing us. What have we got there? We've got 5 counts per second there. I'm not going to leave it out anymore because I'm a bit nervous about this whole thing, and I should really be wearing a mask and all the rest of the gear. But let's live dangerously occasionally. Anyway, the point is that the amount of material on this filter which created that increase in radioactivity, not good, is very little. I scraped some of it off and weighed it, and I found that it was about 1/10 of a gram, maybe, on the bit that's underneath the scanner here. So 1/10 of a gram of this dust is doubling the background radiation to the probe, or more than doubling it, really. Well, yeah, about doubling it. So you're talking about something that's seriously radioactive. Anyway, I put this inside the gamma spectrometer in this contraption, and I found that the concentration of cesium-137 in there was enormously high, higher than I've seen anywhere else, certainly higher than any of the vehicle filters. So we have a serious problem in Tokyo, and I think that's really what I wanted to say. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of becquerels per kilogram in this dust, and this is dust that was recirculated from inside somebody's apartment on the 20th floor of a building which was about 300 meters from the Tokyo Tower. Right? I think this is quite a serious discovery. I think that at minimum what should be done here is that people who are servicing these filters should be told that they represent a serious hazard for inhalation of the dust. And in fact, in the United Kingdom, they would have to be licensed. So people who were working on these car filters or filters for air conditioning units or any other filters would have to be licensed under the Radioactive Substances Act. And they would have to have dosimeters, and they would have to be, their urine would have to be tested, and all sorts of things would have to happen to them, because there are laws in Europe that prevent people from working with radioactive material as radioactive as this. So something should be done about it, and that's why I'm making this this short video. That this material is being sent at the moment to another laboratory for testing for for more accurate testing as to how much radioactivity is there and what other isotopes are there which can't be detected by this equipment here, which is rather, although it's very good, it doesn't have very high resolution, so it's not able to see the minor constituents or some of the constituents that only have weak gamma signals, like for example lead-210. I found lead-210, which is a very serious radionuclide. Lead has a low boiling point, and it's very likely to be in the general mix of stuff that came from Fukushima. And it has a daughter nuclide, which is polonium-210, and polonium-210 is the stuff that killed Litvinenko. So we have some serious stuff floating around Japan. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to me, and I'll talk to you again. This is the gamma spectrum of the sample that we scraped from the filter, and we can now ask the program to analyze these peaks that you see, and I'll just do that. Ask for a full analysis, and you see that the program is running across the peaks here, and each one of these peaks comes out at a particular position in terms of its energy. And then we'll get an analysis. Now here's the spectrum analysis. It tells us what's in the sample, and we can see immediately that the sample contains cesium-134, and here we have 42,000 becquerels per kilogram, and cesium-137 we have 68,000 becquerels per kilogram. And also interestingly, you see here we have a lot of lead-210. Now lead-210 is a very interesting radionuclide. It's normally natural decay product of radium-226, but here we've got far too much of it. We've got 7,500 here, 7,500